Miguel Mike Ramirez, a Vietnam War veteran. Mike was a decorated Green Beret who returned from the war with a box of Polaroids, a stash of weapons, and a mind fractured by trauma and violence. He was Richard's hero. Mike shared stories with Richard about his time in the jungle, stories of ambushes, booby traps, and executions. But the most disturbing part wasn't the tales, it was the photos. In graphic, gruesome detail, Mike showed Richard snapshots of Vietnamese women he had raped and mutilated, some with their heads severed, some smiling in twisted poses before their final moments. To a teenage Richard, these images weren't warnings, they were lessons. Mike taught Richard how to handle firearms and stealthily stalk prey. He called it jungle justice. For Mike, it was war. For Richard, it became a blueprint. Then came the night that sealed Richard's descent into the abyss. It was 1973. Richard, only 13, was visiting Mike at his home when an argument broke out between Mike and his wife, Jessie. In a flash, Mike pulled out a .38 caliber revolver and shot her in the face at point-blank range. Richard stood nearby. Blood sprayed the walls, and Jessie collapsed in a lifeless heap. Richard didn't flinch. Though Mike was arrested and charged with murder, he was found not guilty by reason of insanity and sent to a state mental hospital. The legal system failed to realize that the real damage had already been done. The impressionable boy, who watched it all unfold with cold detachment. After Mike was institutionalized, Richard's descent accelerated. He started using LSD, dropped out of school, and delved deeper into the world of Satanism and the occult. He grew obsessed with Anton LaVey's Satanic Bible, embracing its philosophy of indulgence, power, and rebellion against religious norms. He moved to California in his early 20s, drawn by the allure of anonymity and darkness in the sprawling, sun-drenched metropolis of Los Angeles. But he wasn't seeking fame, fortune, or a fresh start. Richard Ramirez had come to Los Angeles to become a predator, and soon the city would bleed. The first kill. Los Angeles in the early 1980s was a city of contradiction. Neon lights glowed above homeless encampments. Movie stars mingled with drug dealers in Hollywood nightclubs. The city of angels was booming, sprawling, and rotting all at once. Beneath the glamour, something sinister stirred. In this melting pot of chaos and opportunity, Richard Ramirez arrived like a ghost. He drifted between low-budget hotels and dark alleys. He panhandled, he stole. He loitered in porn shops and slept in graveyards. But more importantly, he watched. He studied the city's pulse, its alleys, its open windows, its routines. He became fascinated